not gratitude, but excitement about a certain particular endeavor, even though you're detached from the outcome. The energy of incitement. That's where emotion is viable in relationship to reason. That it's a powerful tool to bring about, to focus energy into a particular, outcome that you want or result that you want.
Let's watch The Secret.
Oh yeah, let's watch The Secret. We're about to watch The Secret. But yeah, that's kind of like I'm realizing that reason has to precede emotion, but emotion has a purpose because emotion is, energy in motion. You know what I'm saying? And the potential energy is becoming kinetic in emotion. So therefore, if you want to create a certain, reality or a certain aspect of your reality, you need to put that emotion in it, and you need to put the positive emotion in it. Negative emotions bring about negative result. Positive emotions bring about, positive result. And you can't necessarily control your emotions. You can't control your thinking. The only thing you can do is choose the direction in which your thinking goes in. What you pay attention to. You know what I'm saying? Like that car. You know what I'm saying? You have to pay. If you pay attention to your positive thoughts, what's gonna dominate. That's positive participation. If you pay attention to your negative thoughts, that's negative participation. Whatever you focus on is what's going to be your reality. You're subject to reality, you got to say things like that because people be like, "My reality? What can I change to make the sun come up or make the sun go down?" Nobody makes the sun come up or come down, dude. That's just ridiculous. And I used to hear that when I first came to knowledge, like, you know what I'm saying? And I really didn't have an answer for that question, you know what I'm saying, at first. Well, if you God, why can't you make the sun come up and go down? Dude, well, the sun doesn't actually really do that.
It doesn't come up or
it doesn't come up or go down. The sun is
our planet rotates around it.
our sun evolves on its axis and then rotates around it in its motherfucking gravity. Well, it doesn't actually leave its gravity, but it does move in relationship to it orbits around the center of our fucking, galaxy, and that's information. And see, the thing about it is that's the problem. Your epistemology, your psychic or psycho epistemology determines how you can answer a question. If you can answer how instead of ask why. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and that's the scientific, that's the differentiation within science and religion. Religion is always asking why. Science is asking how. And therefore gets the answer to why. You can answer why if you know how. So the question isn't really why. That's why I see it as that's why the question is most frequently asked by the 85. Because they're unaware of science. They don't have no knowledge of self. And the first knowledge of self is, that's science. You understand yourself biologically, understand yourself anatomically, you understand yourself psychologically, understand yourself, physically, as far as an energetic being. You have to understand yourself from an epistemological standpoint, based upon the amount of information that man has right now, to the best of your, cognitive abilities, cognitive capabilities, you have to take that cognitive responsibility in every single moment to know yourself. And if you're not knowing yourself, then someone else is knowing you, and they're manipulating you based upon that knowledge of laws of power. Get that book, man. 48 Laws of Power, man. Change your life, bro. In every book, and I say that all the time, oh, this book changed my life. Every single bit of information in which I receive, positive information I receive, positively reinforces my movement forward in attaining fulfillment. Because that's really success, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then, real success is death, man. Your accomplishment is really what I want to say. And again, these interpretations of words, if y'all see that, psycho something electromagnetic thing that I'll be putting up, is a really great explanation of how we conceptualize and how that conceptualization of information is necessary to articulate our reality, but at the same time is bullshit. It doesn't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? All it does is allow you to convey an idea to another individual who has a capacity to comprehend that idea. You know what I'm saying? In the nation, they say, in the mathematics, they say, you cannot give your understanding to an individual. That's what equality is all about. You cannot give your understanding. You can just give the information in which your understanding is based upon to an individual, and they have to see it as they see it. When I look at the mathematics, man, and I go back and think about, you know what I'm saying, that, look, it isn't, these things are important. The way in which we educate our children is, even in dysfunction, is more important than anything else. My parents are truly fucking dysfunctional motherfuckers. It's truly. And they develop dysfunctional children. But the way but our psychological dysfunction, every single one of my sister, my brother, oh my God, is overcome by the fact that my parents stressed education above every single thing else. I cannot not stress that enough. And not just an education, but a culturally centered education. My father, went through dope addiction, you know what I'm saying? I mean, was abusive physically, emotionally, fucking psychologically. My mother was, on a whole different level. But at the same time, these two people made sure that there were always books around, that they were always reading. So therefore they encouraged me and my brother and my sister to read and to educate ourselves. Do you understand this? Wasn't just any education, it's a culturally centered education. My father had every single Afrocentric book of the 60s, you know what I'm saying, a library that that my mom stole from him, that I had access to during my development, during my, you know what I'm saying, my physical, my emotional, my psychological maturation period. And that is so significant, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow. I'm just like, again, the wisest man I ever said, my father was always telling me that hindsight is 20/20. And I'm just like, all the little parables this man has shared with me, you know what I'm saying? And all the little, dude, man, life is good. Don't say anything else but life is good. Life is what you make it. If you make it good, it'll be good. Look at my surroundings, man. My surroundings ain't no better than yours, bro. You know what I'm saying? My circumstances are no better than yours, bro. But life is good because I perceive life as good. That goes for you too, sis.